Ready? Hi, Lori. It's Veronica here, and here we are talking part two in healing ourselves and what does it take these days. And I'm pretty excited to share new levels of it because that's not an easy thing for us to learn, all of us. You have to wander through who you really are. You found that, Lori?
Yeah, yeah. And we just finished part one, a previous video. You might want to watch that, which ties in beautifully with what we're doing. Yeah, to trust, to find. It's funny. There was a friend of mine who once told me, he goes, "You're not a doctor." And I said, "You know what? I am my own best doctor." And we didn't speak for a long time over that. But
Really? You stopped speaking.
because it was an insult, but also it was his insecurity that he couldn't manage his own health conditions let's talk about the intuitive level. How do we trust ourselves?
But wait a sec, you're talking about something, just go back just for a sec, that so many people feel dislodged from their trust in the doctor, for example, and they'll fight for that. You stop ta telling me you know everything. I need to go to the doctor because of that faith that they have.
Mm-hmm.
I find I've spent years and years and years trying to figure out how I work
Yeah.
because I'm not an easy potato.
No, I
More eyes than I have brains, I think.
right. And you have a unique body system.
Yeah,
Unique. You're not one size fits all.
no, and neither are you. But
No.
the thing about it is, and that's why I like to say, I am, I said, because it's like, who am I? And I ended the last show by saying somebody said to me, it's not all about you. And I said, yes, it is. That's because it is. That's
It's
what you're
true.
learning. Something that's going to work for you isn't going to work for me.
Yeah.
And that's not going to work, but probably needs a bit of adjustment.
So, Veet, how can we help? I mean, you and I have been at this for a long time. It's one of
Yeah.
our fascinations, which is medicine and health and healing ourselves. What are some of the tools you can impart or wisdom you can impart on people about developing that intuitive confidence?
You and I know that it's a trial and error system, but when you're getting inside of yourself, and I always remind everybody, you have the light of God or whatever you want to call it inside, and you're the only one in the universe that's you. And when
Mhm.
I get clear with that, I go, oh boy, you can't tell me who I am not, and neither can a doctor. You know,
Right.
I've had many doctors tell me things that were totally wrong about me because they were using, this is interesting,
Hmm.
a kind of a judgment like you don't know what you're not a doctor. You didn't go to school for 84 years or whatever.
Mm,
And yet I know I can look at someone and feel, and I knew this even before I knew I was intuitive. You could look
right.
at someone and not trust them because they gave you a belly ache, and you could watch the light in their eyes and know they were going to be attacking or something. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
The whole
Hmm.
process is all about me or all about you. And from there, we track pains and aches and preferences we're trying to evolve to. And that requires a certain kind of confidence in yourself, doesn't it? I
Yeah.
like to listen to what's his name you were talking about earlier. We're listening to Gundry, who I really like too.
Yeah,
But
Dr.
I don't
Gundry.
do his stuff until I can feel that that's going to suit myself.
Hmm.
Even though
Hmm.
he's brilliant and I admire him and so on and so forth. You
Hmm.
see, I keep saying to people, we have to do it that way. You have to go from the inside out.
Hmm. Hmm.
Anyway, that's a long diatribe. It's your turn to talk,
No,
miss.
no, no, no. This is a conversation. It's quite deep, and the I'm trying to, think back about all the things, like I said in part one, the various diseases and ailments that I helped heal for
Mhm.
myself, and I had one story about my mother, but there's been other people in my life who I've helped as well, and animals, and one of the things that I kind of go, well, how do I get to it? How do I find the information? How there's spirit team, right? There's my spirit
Mhm.
team that I'm trying to tap into to help with my intuition. You have to detach and rise above yourself because when we're in poor health, the
Can
last
I interrupt for a second? Rise above any control that you've decided you needed to have.
got
You have to,
it.
you have to hand it over. You have to give
That's
it.
what I was getting to because when you're in really poor health, the last you just can't feel your way through that place very
Mm-mm.
well. So yeah. Um, so I'm thinking of tools that we can give to our audience to so that they can do this work themselves.
Mhm. I know that we all have different sensing tools. Each of us has emphasis in different areas. And I read something interesting recently that said we all have to break into it.
Mhm.
Most people are not born with it, so don't get so excited about it. Get to work.
It's
I read that 2 days
it's
ago.
it's true. We all are psychic. We are all healers. I mean, this it's
But
just
it's
some
not just that, is you don't have to be born with it to be good at it. It's something we all
exactly.
have to learn. We have to go in there and work with ourselves and refine this knowing and refine that knowing. It's like going to the school of self, isn't
Yeah, the School of Harry Potter. Yeah,
it?
no, it's absolutely true. And some people, it's curious. Some people are born in this life with a higher level of sensitivity and get to that place really in a shorter period of time. And some of us, it takes a long time to get there.
Mhm.
And I would say meditation, being calm, being still, breathing, breath work. It's very important for centering ourselves.
And
Um,
self-esteem being built as you go through all that too is really important.
it's so true. It's psychological, it's spiritual,
Mhm.
you know, and then it's physical.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a really I mean, I cracked, and I won't go on and on about this, but I did. I cracked up. I became completely a mess. And the only way I got out of that was step by step, book by book, trial and error, supplements, and so on. But trusting for me in that broken state, trusting what I perceived was pretty hard because I knew I
Yeah.
was a bit of a nutcase, but gall darn it, I hung in there and made myself hear myself. And I had two girlfriends, one of whom had broken up her inside of herself. And we laughed really hard about it. We got going and we explored things that we looked through books and tried this and that and ended up having fun. But it was a grueling process just to get into the beginning. Do you understand what I mean
Hmm.
by
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
And we have to, sometimes we really have to break in
Yeah.
order to get the walls down or to get the family patterns down.
Hmm.
It's really
Hmm.
interesting, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most recent thing that I just wanted to share with the audience too that I'm working on, most recent health project is I've had a shoulder problem that's been with me for 7 years, and it's been excruciating. And I finally went to Spain and got an MRI and an X-ray. It took me a long time to do this. I was,
Hmm.
you know, thinking I could just do it myself the way that I needed to do it and not reach out for help. And I think that that's a key part of this healing process is
Hmm.
I reached out for help. I found a shoulder specialist, this
Or
wonderful.
knowing when to reach out for help.
Yeah, because it might take 7 years, which is it took me 6 years to finally go, okay, I need help. And I need just to suck it up, get in that MRI claustrophobic tube. And if I freak out, I freak out because I was
Hmm.
quite afraid of that. And still to this day, I wouldn't want to do it again. if I could avoid it. But
But you wanted to get the results,
I
didn't you?
needed the results. I need to remind myself. And it was in Spain, so it's a little bit more crusty than the United States.
But also, but wait a sec, there's a determination that you have that I also had. There has to be that determination in order to work yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to hit the end point where you go, that's it. I can't, it's not working like it is anymore. I got to do something else. So I went there. I saw a wonderful specialist who specialized in shoulders. And he gave me an incredible program. And I've been doing the program for 6 months now. But kept hitting a plateau, kept hitting a plateau that wasn't getting me. I would get better, then I'd get worse, get better, get worse. And then I want to share this because this is about technology and it's pretty out there. I took my MRI and my X-ray images and I put them through Chat GPT. I was
Okay.
like, I'm fascinated. I'm
And you can
fat.
actually get your own MRI and take it away with you?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You own the files. You own
Okay.
those files because other people need to see them. So I inputted them through Chat GPT, and lo and behold, oh my God. And my radiography. So my report. So I had my written report. I matched what ChatGPT was saying to the written report, spot on. What
Wow.
was different and what I'm sold on right now, ChatGPT went one step further. It allowed me to ask anything, levels of fatty tissue. Why is this tendon this partial tear? Why has it not healed in 7 years? And my diagnosis was not only partial tendon tear and the in the
And you
shoulder.
hadn't known that.
I hadn't known that, but it told me how bad of a tear. Oh shit. Uh,
Like,
oh, are you there?
yeah, I sure am.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
What looked like to me is the light just went, whoop.
My screen completely went away. Okay, well, I'm just gonna keep talking. I can't.
Lori, heal it.
There we go. You're back.
You healed it. Woo!
So I want to make this short, but it's quite involved, which is then I asked ChatGPT, what is it? What is stopping the healing process? Because I'm not having this conversation with a professional, with an orthopedist. I haven't had that kind of deep conversation. We know what to give me for healing, but so I asked ChatGPT, why is it not healing? And it gave me all kinds of possibilities. And then I dove into nutritional
Well, what
support.
kinds? Can you tell us a couple of them?
Yeah, blood flow.
Okay.
So one of them could be blood flow in the shoulder that has not
Okay.
allowed the tear to heal, and instead now it's getting brittle and it's
Okay.
rubbing, and I have a bursa right on top of it.
Hmm.
And ChatGPT goes in and says the bursa is actually the major part of your pain. It told me that.
Mhm.
Nobody's told me that. I've been going crazy because I don't sleep because I'm in so much pain.
Really? Yeah.
Then ChatGPT went in and I said, what supplements can I take? How can I heal this tendon? What are the things I can do? And it gave me 6, 7, 8 approaches. And I'm now doing those. And oh my God, I am out of pain for the
Hmm.
first time in 7 years.
Hmm.
Now, mind you, we have to be ready, right? So the stuff that I'm doing is so simple, but I wasn't ready. And part of it is icing, resting, and doing topical NSAID, basically.
Hmm.
And I do that 2 to 3 times a day.
And
And
you're finding healing. And
I'm getting out of pain so that my body can start to, the tendon can start to go, okay, okay,
so
we're
can
not.
you do this with your shoulder now? Is it?
Well, my problem was
Show us.
was not a well, it wasn't a rotator cuff issue. It's called oh God, it's not subscapularis. It's ah, I forget the name of it. It's like subscap.
Inside the shoulder.
Yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to share that because we have to be ready
Excellent.
for our healing. And I don't think I was, but now I am because I can't see the rest of my life in the condition I was in.
Well, so you said we have to be ready, and I think this triggers a thing in me, which is to be ready, I need to go in and accept some vulnerabilities that I can do something about. And that acceptance is sometimes not possible unless I get my head around it, let go.
Right. Yeah.
So that's, yeah, it's a very interesting subject too. Like when we're ready, when we're, ready to take responsibility and that sort of thing.
Right. And take, I mean, we have to take control of it. I know people who've been chronically ill for years. I know it's really debilitating and you can't think straight.
Well,
So,
I'm thinking of some people, too, in particular, who, when they ask me what I'm doing about this or that, and I tell them usually something that sounds off the wall if you're really mainstream and usually have a lot of money or whatever, saying, "Oh, I would never do that." And I say, "Well, what are you doing?" "Well, this is about an arm that was broken and a shoulder." And she's, "Well, I have to hold it steady and I have to hold it in my sling." And I listened, and there's a tension. It's a good person. That's not what I'm saying.
yeah,
But there's a tension in that person that is confining it's not flexible, but the healing forces that are even
exactly.
unexpected in our body mind, you know? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Oh, yes,
So
absolutely.
fortunately, she thinks I'm a bit off the wall. So finally she started laughing and saying, "Well, you are off the wall." So she started to listen, because she
Ah,
wasn't afraid of me. And do you see what I'm saying? But I'm trying to
yeah.
talk to people about the complexity of accepting self doctoring, if you will, or
Hmm.
self help. And the
Self-healing.
other thing that
Hmm.
helps is if we all laugh about it, because
Yeah, it's true. Absolutely true.
yeah. And the reason we laugh, that's that it lightens everything up.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it moves those stuck frequencies, doesn't it?
yeah. And then, part of this is all points to self-love.
Yeah.
It all
Yes,
comes
it
down
does. You're
to
right.
taking care of yourself, loving yourself,
And the adventure of loving yourself. It's
That's
quite an
right.
adventure sometimes.
It is. It
Yeah.
absolutely is.
It
And
goes back to who am I, really?
yeah, and I think back when I was 12 years old and I broke my ankle in two places. I fell out of a tree house.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God, it was about 75 feet up, 100 feet up out of a big eucalyptus tree. And the
Wow.
doctors were like, well, you broke your growth bone. You're not gonna, there's a very good possibility you're not gonna, your one leg is gonna be longer than the other.
Wow.
And you might need different kinds of shoes or you might need operations.
But you haven't had that experience, have you?
No.
So how
Mm-mm.
did you defeat that negativity?
You know what? I think it was when I heard that at 12 years old, I was like, that is not going to be my reality. I was the tallest kid in the class at that time, taller than the boys. And it was my goal to keep growing. I had this thing about wanting to be 6'1", 6'3".
You're not quite that yet.
No, I'm quite short actually. And I stopped growing just in general after that, right after that. And I went, well, at least I stopped growing uniformly.
Hmm.
And I didn't make that 6 foot mark, but I was the tallest kid in my class for quite a long time.
Wow. I have a funny little story about growing. I do interviews with people, and I learn from. But anyway, there's one guy who is really a great teacher, and he's tall and slim and so on. Anyway, talking to him, when he was little, and he's Jewish, so we got into the difficulties of all that. He just was really, really short. And he said his folks took him to specialists and doctors, and they said to him, "You're going to be really short." He says, "Well, I'm really glad I came here." Anyway, he just kept learning about himself and learning about God and religion, or not religion, but spirituality. And he's 6'1", I think now.
Oh, really?
But
So
he
it's
didn't
part of
look
his
at it anymore.
journey.
He just kept being more of himself and more of
Ah,
himself.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
And I really think there's a lot to that as well. You're
Very.
not that short anyway, are you? How tall are you?
Hmm?
How tall are you?
I'm only 5'3".
Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm 5'4". I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
My sisters are 5'9" and 5'7.5".
Oh, okay. Were they athletes?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
No.
But they're both wealthier. I don't know if that matters. No, and I'm being playful there. It's nothing to do with,
Yeah, I know, I know, I know.
but yeah, but I find it interesting that people can grow by, like you said, I want to be 6 feet tall. Well, you're not,
Yeah.
so you probably didn't want to enough.
Well, and it was funny because I have to look at the whole correlation between the fall and the double break in the ankle. I remember being out of school for many, many, many months. Many
Really?
months. Yeah.
Must have been painful, huh?
Yeah. It was extremely painful.
Wow.
And it was life changing because I
But
lost
yeah, I
my
was just gonna
community.
say, those
Yeah.
kinds of those kinds of things have a huge impact on who we are inside
Yeah.
and what we want to reach for and so on, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was in bed day after day after day after day after day and doing my homework at home and learning how to study alone on my own. And so
Must have been lonely, wasn't
there's a gift,
it?
you
Hmm.
know, doing that kind of self motivation, self project, self motivation, self discipline at 12 years old, you know.
No, that's really
My
something.
mom was working, my dad was working.
Wow. So you're
I
really
was,
alone.
yeah. My sister was at school. Yeah.
Mhm.
But it was okay. Somewhere, because I remember when I healed enough and they said you can start to go back to school in your cast with your crutches, it seemed, I was just like, wow, I'd rather stay home.
And but you
And
were still studying and getting your work done and all that.
exactly. I still passed my on to the next grade and everything. I didn't fall behind, which was the big fear.
It's wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah, our lives have a really interesting patchwork history, don't they?
yeah, they
Triggers
really,
to go this way and triggers to go this way.
yeah. And our vulnerability can, you know, vulnerability is such a huge issue.
Yeah.
One thing comes in and it can change our life completely.
Yeah. And then
Right?
we learn sometimes to take advantage of the vulnerability to make ourselves more malleable. And
Mm,
other times we just get crippled, right?
yeah. Well, this is really true. And then we've got a whole healing journey to do around the crippling that just happened.
Sometimes I think that a lot of life is like being held in these pods, and then the healing is breaking out of that,
Yeah,
like these images coming through. But anyway, yeah, it's a fun topic too.
absolutely.
The
Oh,
most
wow.
interesting,
Oh, sorry, the fireworks are going off outside over the bay
getting
here.
close to Halloween. It's not there yet.
No, and they do celebrate Halloween in France.
Good.
Not to the magnitude the US does, but
Okay.
they do celebrate. More trick or treating door to door isn't so prevalent. It's more
Hmm.
like people gather in parties with music and dance and have costumes and
Do they use the pumpkin theme?
yeah, yeah, they use pumpkin. Pumpkin is prevalent.
Hmm. Not great.
Yeah. All
Fun.
right. So fascinating topic, and I hope everybody out there, um, I don't know, is thinking about their own healing journey and how to become more sensitive and be your own doctor, if you
But
like.
healing is actually developing. Healing is actually growing. isn't
absolutely.
it?
Yeah,
Always, even if we're 90.
yeah,
We're not 90 yet, quite, but
yeah. I mean, this whole thing of eradicating cancer, that is going to happen.
okay,
That
thanks.
they're on it. I mean, we can grow teeth now in the laboratory, second set of teeth, as we talked in part one.
Hmm.
And they're now know how to get into the HIV virus
I
and
love that.
extract the thing that creates the problem. That was just announced last week,
Mm.
2 weeks ago. That's huge, huge,
I
huge.
hope I hope are they developing a way of having humans be nice and care about each other? Is
We
that
do.
a genetic thing?
How about
It
how
probably
about
is.
how about we can dart somebody with a dart,
It-
and they get injected with this serum that basically changes their personality.
hey, Lori, suddenly they understand you and they really care. How about
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Bye.
yeah. Yeah, and they really care about the people around them and they really want to be a good person.
Yeah,
Now, there's
yeah.
somebody I'm thinking about in particular, as I know you are, the
You know
one
what
and
I'm thinking
only,
about? Yeah, that one.
the
But
one and
I'm thinking
only
we need
orange
an
monkey.
ambassador called Jim Carrey.
The what?
As we talk, I keep thinking of Jim Carrey
Sorry, the
as an
actor.
ambassador to that kind of becoming world.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he always had a way of howling with laughter at
Oh
these.
God. Yeah. Oh, and he meditates. He's a big meditator. TM. He's
Yeah, I
into
know.
TM.
And he really cares about people. I don't think our president does.
No, he seems very disconnected. In fact, these last few press conferences, he is talking, it's even more out there.
Yeah. You
He's,
know
I'm
the thing,
watching, sorry, V,
go ahead. No, you
I'm
go ahead.
watching his pattern of speech. I'm listening very closely. And what
Hmm.
he's doing, he's projecting a lot. He's always projected, but now it's like projection on steroids, self projection.
Maybe it literally is on steroids.
He's
Maybe.
talking about this last press conference. He was talking about how great he was. He used those words over and over. I mean, the man, it's beyond narcissism. This
I was
man,
just going to say it's such a caricature of anybody who's not crazy,
yeah, he's,
talking about crazy people, you know?
I don't know if this is a combination of ensuing dementia and mental illness. I mean, this was a man who was abused. He was abused as a child. I have no
No
question.
question. No
None,
question.
none.
Yeah. No, I think it's really, really interesting because what is it he wants? He wants praise. He wants everybody to love him and he destroys everybody. It's so strange.
Saboteur kind of
Yeah.
vibration, right?
Yeah. So he's very afraid, isn't he?
Right. But if you look at some people like parents who have
Mhm.
that behavior, possibly his father, Drumpf, I could totally see it,
Mhm.
you know. Yeah. Anyways,
Well, anyway,
here's,
so it's kind of interesting to have that reflection of somebody who's off the rails and we're trying to grow. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I don't think I want to be that when I grow up.
no, 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 no. And here's to, we know the change is coming. We're in it.
Yeah, we are in it.
There's no doubt
Now,
about
that's
that.
one of the best things to say right now. We are an evolving species. And
Yes.
my guides have said it would be about 30% of the people that are going to, really push it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, what about the rest? People will come along
Right.
with possibilities because we radiate so much one to the other and we do impact each other. We're kind of a herd. So they said, don't worry,
Yeah.
you know. It's
No,
interesting.
we're going to be okay, but we all got to love ourselves, take care of ourselves, take care of each other.
Yeah, but we are okay. We're in the smelter,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Thanks,
All
Lori.
right.
It's
Thank
been
you.
fun.
It's been really fun. I hope everybody enjoyed this. Little
Yeah,
different.
a little different. Yeah, it's good for us.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye, honey. Bye, honey.